Welcome sailors! Today we are taking you to hidden gems of Croatian coast. The beautiful little places Rogoznica and Primošten. We'll show you Kornati Islands, which amaze famous writer George Bernard Shaw, and much more. Stay with us! Rogoznica is a small picturesque town in the very heart of the Croatian coast. The center of the town is on an island linked to the coast by a man-made dike, which is dotted by thick pine woods and old stone houses.
I'm Mario Mladenić, director of Rogoznica Tourist Board. Hi Vlatka, welcome to Rogoznica, heart of Dalmatia.
Thank you, Mario. We feel really welcomed here. And I've heard also that Rogoznica has really long and interesting history.
Yes.
Could you share some of it with us?
Well, since mid of 19th century, when first people started to travel for pleasure and relaxation, Rogoznica had status as one of the most beautiful places on the eastern Adriatic coast. And even 3,000 years ago, first Argonauts were sailing on the coasts of Rogoznica, where at that time Rogoznica was known as Polis of Heraclea. And even heroes from Greek mythology, most famous of them, they were visiting this place because this is one of the safest harbor on the Adriatic Sea.
Yes, natural harbor. Yes, that's protected from all sides.
Rogoznica originally is an island which is surrounded from all sides by the land. There's only one part as a connection to the open sea. So you can find the protection from all winds, from all currents, and you can when you come here and anchor your boat, you are completely peaceful.
Yes, so you say this place is really an island, was an island, but today it's not. It's connected to mainland with the bank.
Yes.
That was built in a very interesting way.
We call it the bridge, although it's not a real bridge.
Yes.
But in 19th century, local priests, because people originally were living on the land. And the parish church was built on the island, so people, when they were going to the Holy Mass, they need to travel by boat from the land to the island. And the local priest got an idea and he suggested to all those people that when they go to Holy Mass by their boat, everybody should take one stone size like this and throw it into the sea.
Okay.
So
but approximately at the same place, I suppose.
they tried to put it on one line, and it took 38 years to build a small path, walking path.
You have here very beautiful and clean sea and a long coast, kilometers and kilometers.
Rogoznica has 54 kilometers exactly of the coast. We like to say more than Slovenia. I think they have around 46 kilometers.
But we love them and they love us.
We like our neighbors from Slovenia,
and they love our sea. Yes.
They are very, very nice guests when they come here, so we can make this kind of jokes.
Yeah.
The surroundings of Rogoznica are full of little islands, reefs and lighthouses, and are a real paradise for exploring and sailing. Cape Blanca is the part of the Adriatic coast that sticks the farthest out into the open sea. Considering the characteristic microclimate, caution must be taken while sailing in the area.
Maria, this is a really important place for our coast. We call it Croatian Cape Horn.
Yes. So now we are about 2 miles from Rogoznica, and this point where we are standing now is dividing Adriatic Sea on the south and northern part. So it's not only dividing geographically, but also regarding climate factors. So we can say that here we have fight of north and south winds in the air, but also fight of the sea currents. So very often it happens that you stay on one side of the Cape Planka, Cape Ploče, and the sea takes you to one side. When you go a few hundred meters on the other side, it takes you to the other side. Also on the sky you can see cloudy part and sunny part. So it's really unbelievable how this point creates all those conditions for microclimate of Rogoznica.
Yes, and people on boats, in fact, should be careful here.
Yes,
should know the area and about the winds.
Of course, because of those changes that are happening instantly. This location is also famous as Croatian Cape Horn, because many shipwrecks happened here. So there is also one legend connected to the shipwrecks, that Saint John, Bishop of Trogir, was traveling here by boat with King Colman, and their shipwreck of their boat happened on Cape Planka, and Bishop Saint John, he saved King Colman and his crew by walking on the surface of the sea. And
beautiful legend.
Beautiful legend. And regarding that happening, those people who he saved built this small church as a testimony of that great happening.
Rogoznica is hiding one more interesting legend, the beautiful lake called the Dragon's Eye. It is encircled by vertical rock formations from 4 to 24 meters in height, and its deepest measured depth is 15 meters. There are various legends about how this lake came to be. One of the most powerful legends is about Aristoteles, a hero from Greek mythology and great-grandson of Jason the Argonaut, who is said to have killed the dragon which lived here. The dying dragon pulled his own eyes out with his claws, and one eye fell on the stones and melted them. The sea filled the hole, melted by the eye, forming the lake, the Dragon's Eye.
Mario, I'm really surprised how many interesting things and legends you have in small Rogoznica. This is a Dragon's Eye.
Yes.
Tell us something about the history of this place.
Rogoznica is really rich with natural beauties, but also with the stories that are following those beauties. So one of them is definitely Dragon's Eye Lake. It's a unique natural phenomenon, because in the world I think there are only 1 or 2 places in China, or I think in Finland, that have similar characteristics like this lake. Okay.
It's mixed seawater and fresh water?
Yes, it's mixed, but seawater is dominant.
Mostly, yes.
Yes. And what's specific about it is that bottom layer it's rich with sulfur, and it happens every 10 to 30 years that sulfur gets up to the surface and close the entrance of the oxygen, and
everything dies.
Everything dies, unfortunately. So the life in the lake starts again from the scratch, and when that happens, lake gets this white color, and it looks like the lake is boiling. So that's why people like to say,
very exciting.
that's awakening of the dragon.
In the immediate vicinity is a restaurant where we will learn all about a traditional Dalmatian meal made from fish, gregada. This fish dish was created as an interesting combination of soup and main course put together. Basically, it has several types of filleted, top-quality fish cut into pieces, which are either cooked or baked together in a large dish with vegetables and spices. Chef Dejan will reveal all the things which go into making this special gregada.
My name is Dejan Petrovic. I'm master chef here in the Marina Frappa.
This is a specific Dalmatian dish.
Yes.
I tried it before, but I found out this one is really special.
Yes, it's really special.
It will be made in a special way.
Yes. So we proposed especially for you today, grigada with tomato, gambari.
This is in fact, these are scampi.
Yes.
Because there's a difference, and these are really big. I
Yes,
have
it's
to
bigger.
say.
Yes. But this is gambari. Yes, and this is scampi.
Okay.
And we put rosemary, potato, onion, tomato, and
Zucchini or courgette.
zucchini or courgette,
Okay.
yes. And we have here
Sun-dried tomato,
yes,
and
tomato
olives.
and olives.
Some black olives.
Garlic with petrosimeli and olive oil, and base of fish or fish
Okay.
soup.
After 40 or so minutes, the grigada is finished. Time to try it.
So Vlatka, grigada is ready. You try it and give me your decision.
I have to say, first of all, it looks delicious and it smells delicious. So I have no doubts that it's
Nice.
delicious.
I hope so that you enjoy it. So try it.
Okay, we'll try it now.
One of the activities which you can do regardless of the weather is diving. Our friend Borko will tell us what makes diving here so special.
Hi, I'm Borko Pusic and I'm the owner of Diving Center Pongo here in Primošten.
We are in Diving Center Pongo. We have a wonderful day to have a conversation.
Yes.
But also this weather is also good for
Diving.
diving, yes. You've been in this kind of business, if I may say so, for a long time. Tell us something about this location and the places to dive. Very interesting spots there are.
Yes. Well, Primošten and Rogoznica are usually connected with very big drop-offs, cliffs underwater. So here you come diving not so much for very big wrecks, but much more for nature. Ecosystem which we have here is peculiar for this area because Rogoznica and Primošten are on a peak of peninsula which is most out towards the open sea piece of land in entire Adriatic. So here you are actually like on Hvar Island, outside on the sea, open sea. So you have more currents, and on the cliffs you have gorgonia fans, which are corals, and more fish and more life. So that's
So sea life is
very nice.
preserved
And
here.
these drop-offs are, let's say, sometimes from 5 to 100 meters directly cliffs, where you glide next to
It's
them. And
intimidating.
well, it's very nice. You need to be a better diver for deeper
Yes.
dives, but down to 40 meters where we dive is really nice.
You mentioned that there is a spot, Mr. Bendy.
Mr. Bendy
Yes.
and Alan's Cliff. Alan's Cliff, both of them got their names different ways,
Yes,
but
very Croatian names.
yeah, well, Alan's Cliff is exactly what I was talking about. So we have a plateau on 5 to 8 meters, and then this plateau just breaks and goes to 100 meters, 96 exactly. And it has canyons, caves, gorgonia like forests, and it's really beautiful. And Mr. Bendy is a session of 3 cliffs and half caves, which is very complicated to explain. This is why we call it Mr. Bendy, because you
Yes.
go like this all the time.
But you have
it's
to
not
have
so
a
deep.
good guide to
Very good guide,
go
yes.
to
For Mr.
enter.
Bendy,
Yes,
it's impossible
because
to dive.
we have to say it can be also dangerous, but
Yes.
you, of course, follow the rules, and so you expect from the clients.
Diving is a very safe and fun sport, provided one follows basic diving safety rules. Don't dive if you are not feeling well, physically or mentally, haven't checked your equipment well, have consumed any kind of alcohol, and most importantly, never go diving alone. The island of Žut is the largest uninhabited island in the Adriatic. Because of the exceptionally well-indented coastline and large number of bays, the island's coast is 44 kilometers long. Even though the island only covers 15 square kilometers. The view of the Kornati Islands from the highest point is worth the tedious climb, especially in the morning. In one of the large safe bays, there is a marina in which sailors can refresh and re-equip to explore the Kornati Islands.
My name is Filip Kulušić and I am a manager of ACI Marina Žut.
Filip, we are in ACI Marina Žut, which is really beautiful. I mean, the spot is beautiful. Could you give us some technical details about
this? This marina was built in 1993 and it was almost original as it was in that year. Marina was built for 120 ships. This is a unique marina in ACI chain because this is only marina which have 15 buoys for boats. So it's not only on mooring line, we have also other kind of service for our guests.
You are mostly transit marina.
We are 100% on transit marina and we are in front of National Park Kornati, so many boats which are coming or leaving from Kornati Islands are stopping here before they're coming into the main harbor.
Yes, you have a beautiful restaurant here and beautiful surroundings.
Yes, the surroundings is beautiful and the restaurant have a beautiful view to this long and very safe bay, so it's nice spot to work.
Of course, at this moment, today is a beautiful day, a little bit windy, which is great for sailing.
Yes.
There are not many boats in marina.
Yes, that's because the boats are usually, which are coming here enjoying the staying on the sea as much as they can. They come here for the evening to have a restaurant, to have a shower and things like that. And in the morning, usually they go to see further the Kornati Islands or something like that.
We are sailing to a real nautical paradise, the Kornati Islands National Park. Kornati consists of a group of 140 islands, small islands and rock formations in the sea, which combine into an unreal and beautiful landscape, ideal for sailing and enjoying literally untouched nature. From the smallest reef, measuring only 4 square meters, to the largest island, Kornat, with an area of 32 square kilometers, every little island and reef has its own story.
My name is Filip Kulušić and I am a manager of ACI Marina in Piškera, situated in National Park Kornati. The legend says that there is islands on Kornati Islands as much as the days in the year. That's not really correct, but that was the legend.
Yeah.
That is the legend, and the people used to say that. That was one of the specialties. The other specialties is because they are very apart from the mainland, and there was untouched by the people.
Yes.
And the things that people was building in the past years was in very much connected to the nature in the local area. So those two things are most important.
And yes, there are some really beautiful and special colors when it comes to Kornati Islands that you can experience when you come. They look beautifully in pictures, but it's something completely different when you really come and experience it. But we have to say that also the nature here is sort of cruel.
Yes, that is one of the...
Is there life on Kornati? I mean, do the people live here?
People do not live exactly here, but they visit a lot.
Or 5 of them, I've heard.
yes, some of them. But mostly people are, in history, was coming here to grow olives, to catch some fish and to grow the sheep on Kornati Islands.
To enter into National Park, every guest must have a ticket, which can be bought at park reception or at sales location on the mainland. Sailing and swimming are allowed throughout the whole park, apart from specially protected zones. Anchoring and overnight is allowed in certain bays, a list of which can be had when you buy your entrance ticket.
So Kornati, we can say, are perfect for nautical tourism.
It's perfect for many ways. It's perfect because of the food, because of the wine, and because of the wind, and because of the beautiful sea, beautiful scenery,
beautiful sea,
and lot of small islands, small places to anchor, to bath, and I think it's unique in many ways.
Unique.
On the islands, traces from Roman times are still visible. And the fortress of Tureta on Kornati Island is a leftover from the Byzantine era. In the heart of Kornati National Park is one of the prettiest coves with a beautiful marina, which at first glance fascinates with the beautiful color and cleanliness of the sea.
ACI marinas are very lucky to have a few marinas in Kornati Islands, and we are in Piškera.
Yes, we are
Marina.
in ICI Marina Piškera,
Yes.
the unique marina in the Croatian coast, because this is only marina which is situated directly in the national park.
Yes. And it's really beautiful natural bay, protected.
It's well protected and it's suitable for boats, I think, until 20 meters. And we provide them safety and the basic
Yes.
necessity they have.
You're also transit marina?
We are also
Yes.
only transit marina and open as beginning of the April to end of the October.
Yes, but I suppose in several months you have a lot of boats here.
Yes, during the high season the marina is usually full, and during the beginning of the season is only for the people who really and truly love the sea and
Yes.
sailing.
And I have to say you have facilities and buildings that are really nicely incorporated in nature. From far away it's even difficult to see
Yes,
your
that was
reception and facilities that you
that
have here.
is
Yes.
that was meant to be like that, and the people who was constructing the marina was very thoughtful, and they combine very good materials with the land where is the marina built.
In the marina, guests can refresh themselves and shower. And apart from reception and grocery store, there is a top restaurant where you can enjoy excellent fresh sea delicacies. Precisely because of this, many sailors dock at Piškera. The nearest fuel station is 22 kilometers away, at Zagreb Harbor on Dugi Otok.
And how many boats you can take in the high season?
We can take up to 120 boats.
Yes.
It's very difficult to
And-
say exact number because the berths are very. It's not strict category because it
Okay.
depends on the length and of the width of the
Yes,
boats.
yes. And up to 20 meters.
Up to
so
20.
You take the
Up to
boats.
20 meters,
Okay.
around 120 boats.
Located on this small peninsula is the beautiful town PRIMOSTEN. From whichever side you look, PRIMOSTEN looks like a fairy tale town. And the color of the sea is unbelievable.
My name is Ana Ninic and I'm a tourist guide here in Šibenik region.
Anna, how old is this lovely village of Primošten?
Well, in the beginning, Primošten was a little island, and when the Turks attacked the villages around Primošten in the 15th century, the people from those villages came here to this little island, and they built the walls around that little island, and they connected that island with a little wooden bridge, and
That's where the name comes
yes,
from?
that's where the name comes
Yes.
from. In Croatian, primostiti, the verb primostiti means over the bridge. So that's where the name comes from. So it's Primošten is from the 15th century.
Walking along the small narrow streets, we admire the beautiful stone houses and the view of the sea and nature.
Primošten, as you can see, has a lot of stone houses, and they were built out of stone, just out of stone. And we have a beautiful church of St. George on the hill, and the cemetery around the church. And the cemetery has a beautiful view. Believe me, that is a cemetery with the best view, although it sounds funny, but really it has the best view. So
we can imagine.
Yes, you can even
And we
imagine.
can wish for.
Yes.
At the entrance to the peninsula, we find sculptures dedicated to diligent workers and their faithful helpers and followers, which were much more than domesticated animals to these people.
In Dalmatia and in Primošten also, we have seen the monument that is dedicated to donkeys.
Yes.
Donkeys were really important during the
Donkeys.
history in Dalmatia.
Yes, that was the most important animal here in Dalmatia because people use the donkeys to transport the products from the fields, from the vineyards, from olive fields.
In many households throughout the Croatian coast, you can still see these noble and beautiful creatures. the slopes of the hills around Primošten, we find an interesting type of grapes which grows directly from the stone.
Anna, here in this area, there's a very specific sort of wine, Babić, and it's authentic only for this region. Could you tell us something about its specialty?
Yes, here the region of Primošten is very famous and very specific for the wine and grape called Babić. And also we hope that we will put the vineyards of Primošten on the list of UNESCO, on the list of World Heritage. And that is a very specific wine, it has a very specific taste, it's very delicious. So I recommend it that you taste it.
Yes, because it practically grows on stone.
Yes, it practically is growing out of stone because there is, as you can see behind, there is practically no land. So it's a mixture of stone, of sea and the grape. So that is really something special and very traditional here for this region.
In the surroundings of Primošten, there are many small authentic villages with original stone houses which are several hundred years old. The traditional way of preparing and serving food is still honored here. Jurlinovi Dvori is over 400 years old, and its owner, Don Stipe, has continued his family's traditions of many generations. We asked him what can visitors see and experience in this household.
Što mogu vidjeti? Najprije ovu ruralnu arhitekturu, koju se može puno pričati, ali nemamo sad za to vremena. Drugo, etnografija, dakle svaka prostorija ima svoju ulogu. Treće je zbirka ovih predmeta crkvenih, jer sam ovdje bio dugo župnik, pa sam onda pokupio te predmete i dobio i donacije, druge dobio. Tako da i to se može vidjeti. Ovdje imate gore i galeriju tih ljudi koji su ovdje živjeli, to je važno. Dakle, od moga pradjeda, djeda, oca, strica, matere, mene i s tekstom što su napravili i kako su se ovdje borili da bi preživjeli i živjeli. A u sklopu svega toga jest onda i gastronomija. Živjeli su dakle od duha, ali od tijela, za tijelo je trebalo.
Yes. Could you tell us something about gastronomy, which is really authentic and natural?
Da, autentično je sve. A onda u tu autentičnost svakako spada i hrana koju je moja baka spremala u ovoj kužini na otvorenoj vatri. I ta hrana je za mene uvijek bila najslađa. I kad ljudi sad dođu, posebice sočivo, posebice to kad je povrće iz ovog mog vrta i salata, onda je začinjeno s ovim maslinovim uljem, onda ima tu posebni gušt, vrijednost, ali i nosi sa sobom zdravlje, jer je to ekološka zdrava hrana.